Hi, I'm Carol Lovelocks. Welcome to my channel. Glad you stopped by today. Those of you who are here for the first time, I welcome you with open arms. Please keep coming back. And those of you who are returning, you know what it is. I love you. Thank you so much for returning. Okay, well, you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about 3 things that I love about my locks. Let's get into this video. So the first thing that I love about my locks is I love the way, if I look down, it's because I'm looking at notes. I love the way my locks do as they may. Yes, they do as they may. No matter how much I finagle them or try to get them into a style without pinning them up or things like that, or just try to get them to just stay behind my ears, they don't. They do as they may. And that's okay with me because it's just okay. They can do what they feel, and they do. I tell you. So I really love the way that they lay any kind of way, however they want to lay that day. I do put a scarf on at night, and so I usually try to have them back like this. So when I put my scarf on, they're already laying down when I get up in the morning. But sometimes I get up extra early if I have a headache or something, and I take my scarf off, and by the time I get ready to do a video later on in the day or whenever, my hair is already doing as it may. It already has come out of the way that I want it to be. And I don't like doing a lot of hairstyles yet just because I'm only 8 months. It's only 8 months in. And I think I heard that you really should just wait until you're at least a year before you start putting them up in hairstyles and pinning them up and things like that. So I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that yet. I want to just let them roam free, and they are. So that is one thing that I love about my locks, how they do as they may, and I'm just going to allow it. I mean, what else can I do? Yeah, just let them lay how they want to lay. Sometimes they stick up. I mean, like I got this little bitty one here. This one here did not want to stay in the lock. So it was like loose hairs that kept coming out. Look at that. They've grown. So I just twisted them. I did a comb coil with it, and it's just staying. Can you see that? Let me see if I can put that so you can see it. Look at that. Yeah, it's just doing its own little thing. And something I'm just thankful that it's not sticking up. Earlier it was sticking up, so I did kind of try to finagle it to lay down there a little bit so it's laying down. Excuse me, my voice is getting hoarse. So number 2 thing I love about my locks is I love the way they look. I love the red in them. I love how some red is up farther than others. Even though I was trying to go for just the tips, well, that didn't work. You see what I did, but evidently they were supposed to be this way because that's how they turned out. And so I love how it looks. I love how some are lighter than others, some are darker than others. I enjoy my locks. I enjoy some of them didn't get a lot of it at all. So however they turned out is how they were supposed to turn out. And so I love them. I love how they look. I love how we can still have some of the same parting styles, but our locks are still different. I mean, they still look different. We can have the same brick pattern. You know, we do the brick pattern, but our locks still turn out different. I just love that. I love how our texture is different. Our locks do not look the same. Everybody has their own unique way that their locks look, and I think that is fantastic. I think that is awesome because we get to admire what each other locks look like and be like, oh, wow, look, her locks look like that. Look what God did. Just changed her locks all in a different form. How awesome is that? And another thing that I love about my locks, I love how they feel. I love how there's the cylinders. I call them cylinders or strands or yeah, I call them cylinders, and how they are. Like this one here is smaller than this one. This one here, this one here is shorter than this one. This one here is a little thicker than this one. Some are longer, some are fatter. I just love how they are. I love how they feel. They feel like they're soft. Some are pretty compact already, but some aren't. Some are soft. Some are still like these two here. These two right here. These two. They're long, nice and long, but they're soft. They're still mushy. Like they still are going through the locking process. They're not as hard as say maybe this one. And that's what I love about it. They're all different. Each and every one of these are different, and I'm sure each and every one of yours feel different too. I know mine's do. Mine's all feel different. Y'all feel compact. Some are small, some are short, some are long, some are fat. Like I got some fat ones back here. Got some fat ones back here. You can see that. Yep, that's one of the fat ones. Here's another fat one. I did have a couple fat ones that I told you how I combined a lot of them. Well, there were a couple fat ones that I combined, and I think that's where these here two come from. It was one that I combined, and they started coming loose on their own. So I just pulled them apart, went on and pulled them apart, and I got these two. I think it was three of them. If I can find the third one. I think it was three. And so I just pulled them all apart. They were coming loose anyway, so I just went on and helped them out and pulled them all apart. So another thing that I love about my locks is the way that our locks form differently. No matter how we may want our locks to look like someone else's, they're not going to. That's why the people who have locks longer than we have had, mine's are only 8 months old. They're only 8 months. So someone who's had their locks a year, 2 years, will say, don't compare your locks to mine because your journey is your journey, my journey is my journey. And I love that because it is so true. It is so true. My journey with my locks is my journey. I've had some time with these locks. I've started them over at least 4 times. Different ways, trying to figure out what was the best way. And evidently, when we did the comb coils, this was it. This was the last way we did. And they're 8 months now. And I'm proud of that. I'm so excited about that I've made it to 8 months. Have there been times when I wanted to just cut them off and start over a different way? I had to rethink that because when I thought about doing something like that, it was because I was comparing my locks to someone else's. And so I had to stop doing that and had to understand that my locks are my locks, your locks are your locks, and all of our locks are unique in their own way. They're beautiful, however they are, whether they're free form or whether they're semi-free form or whether they are perfect little cylinders, how we try to get them to be, where how we try to get our hair to be so neat and primp we do. Our hair is still different than everyone else's, and that is one thing I love about my locks. My locks are different than yours. My locks are beautiful. Your locks are beautiful. All of our locks are beautiful, and so that is it. Those are things that I love about my locks. Down in the comment section, let me know what you love about your locks. Those of you who are here for the first time and you're just been watching and watching and watching, why don't you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way every time I upload a video, you'll be notified, okay? How does that sound? I think it sounds great, so I think you should do it, okay? And that way you can like, comment on my videos. I would love to hear from you. You all take care, okay? This is Carol Lovelock saying, be blessed.